mathematical composition. I wanna get up on the track like that, wanna spit on the mic and do it just like that. To a beat that I'm speaking, the way that's unique to the beats in the street with a medical heat. When I'm flipping and singing and spitting the venom and giving the sound that ain't nobody bringing. I'm ripping the mic when I'm up in the zone.
I'm about to go beast mode.
Hey guys, Mr. Enyart here. Today we're going to talk about the very first lesson in 6th grade for Eureka Math. And it's all about one of the most awesome words you're ever going to use. Ratios. That's right, ratios. So ratios are relationships between numbers. It's how one number and another number interact. So I want to give you an example, okay? I like to cook oatmeal. All right, and oatmeal involves a few different ingredients. We like sugar in our oatmeal. Sometimes I even put a little oatmeal in with sugar, just because I like it so much. Obviously, you've got the oatmeal, okay? And then you actually use water. That's pretty clear. But then a little touch of salt. And those are the main ingredients for oatmeal. So let's say that I needed to use 2 cups of oatmeal, and then I would use 1 cup of sugar, and I know that's super sweet. I wouldn't actually do that, but for the sake of oatmeal. I'm going to use 4 cups of water, and then I will use half a cup of salt, which of course is a ton of salt. But let's use these numbers and see how they're related. And so this would be 1 batch, right? 1 batch of oatmeal. Well, what if I was cooking for an entire summer camp and I needed to make 10 batches? This is where ratios and relationships come in. So you might think, oh, that's easy. I'm just going to take each of these numbers and multiply them by 10, and you'd be correct. That's actually how it works. It is that simple. But then I can also look at it many different ways. I can look at just this relationship. I can look at just this relationship. Or maybe pull out the sugar and the salt and look at them. I can look at just how much oatmeal I'm going to need for 10 batches based on how much I have in 1 batch. All these different relationships and how they interact, that's what we call ratios. So they are relationships. You may want to write this down. Pause the video, write it down. You're going to want to remember that ratios are relationships between, and I'm going to use the term amounts. Because when I think of the word amount, not number, not value, I think of an actual object or an item or a group of things that work together. What are some relationships of amounts that you know of? Maybe you've had to make a Chex Mix, and you've had to have a certain amount of the Chex cereal and a certain amount of those little pretzel thingies, and then, the rye bread, right? And then maybe you added salt or some sweetener to it, and you made that in batches. Maybe you've made slime. Anything with a recipe, you're using ratios. Okay, anything where you're ordering certain amounts for a group, you're usually using ratios. Okay, ratios are in everything we do. And so the next 26 lessons, which is about 4 to 5 weeks, is going to be all about ratios. So I really want you to grasp what they are and that it really is a simple concept, and the more we play with it, the more complex we can make it. So stick around, and we'll do a little bit more work with ratios using Eureka Math.
I'm ridiculous when it comes to these mathematical compositions. I wanna get up on the track like that, wanna spit on the mic and do it just like that. To a beat that I'm speaking, the way that's unique to the beats in the street with a medical heat. When I'm flipping and singing and spitting the venom and giving the sound that ain't nobody bringing. I'm ripping the mic when I'm up in the zone.
I'm about to go beast mode.